My name is Gary Kirkendall, and I'm the Executive Director of Living Hope for Honduras. As you know, in mid-March, all of our lives changed as stay-at-home orders went into effect across our country. Honduran President Hernandez announced a nationwide lockdown in Honduras. All schools, churches, businesses, transportation services, and nonprofits like Living Hope for Honduras were closed. On May the 3rd, these restrictions were further tightened by requiring everyone to stay inside their homes except for one day every 2 weeks to shop for essential goods. These mandates are strictly enforced through a network of roadblocks throughout the country. Travel between cities has been suspended except for essential services. Almost all means of earning an income has ceased, and the intensity of the crisis has been heightened by one of the worst spring droughts in recent memory. The lockdown has created enormous stress on ministries like Living Hope. Schools have closed, churches cannot assemble, and all of our spring and early summer mission trips have been canceled, and construction on a new children's home for girls has been suspended until the crisis is resolved. Yet, in spite of the shutdown and our uncertainty regarding future donations, we are committed to continue to serve the people of Honduras and take care of our preachers, house parents, farm manager, and other ministry partners throughout the region. Miraculously, Living Hope continues to be generously supported amid this global crisis. Many of you have answered the call and even made it possible for Living Hope to respond to a unique crisis that has arisen. The shutdown in Honduras means much more than financial devastation to national and local economies. In early April, we received word from our Honduran director, Pablo Padilla, that more than 100 families associated with the 17 churches we partner with had no food. The drought had made it impossible to grow food, and there was no opportunity for employment or travel to where jobs might be found. By early May, this number had grown to more than 500 families. And this number only represents those families that are associated with one of the 17 congregations that make up the network of churches planted or supported by Living Hope. Those hardest hit were families living in the small villages and cities like Pacura, Toro Muerto, Las Delicias, San Pedro, and so many others. Their economies are rooted in the land, so when the dairy and beef markets collapsed with the addition of relentless drought, these people had no way of providing for their families and nowhere to turn for help. But because of our long-standing relationship with local government and business leaders, we were given the opportunity to travel throughout the region and deliver food to those in most desperate circumstances. So the call went out in a hasty plea to our donors, and the response was overwhelming. Within 10 days, we had received enough funding to help more than 500 families with food. Each bag of food goods has the potential to feed a family of 2 to 6 for some 2 weeks. As you can imagine, these food packages were received with great joy and has helped to instill hope for the future for families, the elderly, and others who are unable to secure food at this time. Right now, as I am making this report, our Honduran staff and volunteers, including youth groups from several of our churches, are working tirelessly putting together food goods and delivering them to those in most desperate need. Our ministers, our directors, our children's home staff, and committed Christians throughout the region are ministering to those in need, all to the glory of our God who gives us all every good gift. I am thankful and incredibly happy to tell you that the rains have finally come to the Agulta Valley and agricultural markets have begun to slowly rebound. Our farm is producing milk. The girls in the children's home are all healthy and able to continue their school online. And our ministers now have the ability to visit each family personally in their communities, continuing the ongoing mission of sharing the good news of Jesus. Even so, it is most likely that our response to this crisis has just begun, and we will need your continued financial support to see it through. We have planned a budget to see us through the foreseeable future, and we anticipate a deepening of the severe poverty that has plagued this region of Honduras, resulting in intense medical, educational, nutritional, and spiritual needs throughout the region. Please know that we are praying for you, your families, and your family of faith as we all negotiate this pandemic. And we ask for your ongoing generous spiritual and financial support as God blesses you and leads you to serve others. God bless you, and thank you so much for being a part of Living Hope for Honduras.